Oh, Warlock? Really? Warlock would have been... I suppose they could have run Warlock support. Give like some level of the AoE control.
Seconds left. Decided?
Okay. There you go.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Warlock. I'm not sure if Secret would have gone for that, but we'll see. I am still hoping for the Tidehunter. Despite Lifestealer and Disruptor, I'm sure Forev finds a way around it.
Feels a lot of the Secret picks are going back to like comfort stuff, like having a mid 1 TA, Puppy Earthshaker. Well, I assume Puppy Earthshaker could be Pile I Die, but...
I was
gonna
say, is any chance with 4 Shaker?
I think 4 Shaker.
Yeah.
That's it's a possibility. We don't know, and neither does Virtus.pro, so it was more like a gamble, I guess, in their ban. A Warlock would have offered a lot of team fight that, as we mentioned, Team Secret right now is kind of lacking compared to Virtus.pro.
Their lanes are pretty weak if they have Ogre or Earthshaker supports. Like,
alright,
well, we just have an Earthshaker and an Ogre running around. You know, like, can't really do much with those guys. The Ogre can, but
there we go. Here's the answer.
We'll find out.
Yeah. And they probably got deterred picking the Tide because of that Disruptor pick. So
Darkseid would have been a complete pain in the butt if it was the laning phase. Like, if it is a Lifestealer, Disruptor off. And then Darkseer into the safe lane for VP.
10 seconds remaining.
No way to lane that.
Well, this last pick has to like bring everything together. I mean, it could be their last game if it's already not great from the draft onwards.
Yeah.
What do you even get? Like, do you still go back for the Tide?
I think that is exactly what they're trying to decide.
There's too many things that can go wrong.
They might just be thinking ahead about what they're planning, though.
So you just get a secondary support, someone that can help TA win the mid.
5 seconds remaining.
It's got to be range support. Vengeful Spirit.
Vengeful Spirit. All right.
Yeah, many like auras, right? Aura with Bloodlust
Yeah,
as well.
still not a lot of team fight, and Virtus.pro likes to fight, and I'm afraid the Team Seeker's just gonna get baited into fighting as well, because they normally do not shy away from fights, so...
I mean, VP also, VP loves to fight.
Yeah, exactly, and they're just gonna force them out. In Secret, I don't think they... Like, look at their disengage. How can they run away from this lineup that has basically leap movement speed, arrows, glimpses,
don't run, just get aggressive.
Yeah, just
push
kill
the
him.
VS, the Earthshaker, and the Ogre, all of the top lane.
Hold your ground, yeah.
They're gonna lose their fight, right?
Let the Drow have all the space on the bottom, as long as the VP offlaner isn't a terrible matchup for her. And just run aggro tri-lane, keep the supports up top so they can't rotate mid. It's not the greatest solution.
And then Virtus.pro only has to win one lane to win the entire game.
Yeah,
what's the Pasha hero that's left? They're still sanking if they want to go for something like that.
Oh!
Okay, cool.
Centaur
I
is
like
back.
Centaur Axe's game, blocking all that damage could be
Nah,
good too.
I'm still perfectly alright for Drow to go one-on-one with Centaur. It's still a pretty damn good matchup for a Drow. She's never gonna kill. She can harass, probably out of the lane, but she'll never get a kill.
I still favored Virtus.pro's lineup, so cool.
I personally like Virtus.pro's lineup as well, but we'll see how it progresses.
Well, VP's lineup just looks so much better. That's why.
Yeah, it looks more clear what they're planning on doing. Well, we'll see if Secret has something up their sleeve. Oh, the Pixel Gods, take it away.
All right, here we have it then. So, what could potentially be Secret's last game in the major qualifiers if they are to drop it here, and coming out with something that's not necessarily, flavored the meta, switching it up with you Forev on the offlane shaker, having the Vengeful Spirit back into his pilot. I will pick that up, something that we're just not used to seeing on just being used as much recently, and of course letting Midwan get his hands on one of his signature heroes, but it is the TA.
Yeah, this is a lot of physical damage, a lot of auras, armor, and coming out from Team Secret, they're looking to kind of just overwhelm VP, but it's VP who have the more kind of overall, I guess, well-rounded draft, you could say. They've got clear, stable lanes. They're set up with the Arrow in the mid lane with the Astral. They've got a strong presence with the Lifestealer who can infest the Centaur come mid-game time, and
I mean, it's gonna if Secret kind of get their footing at the start, it's gonna be a fun game.
Yes, absolutely.
In terms of the heroes and the wombos, we could have it all. VP, of course, with that final Centaur pick, that's going to be interesting to see indeed. How will it work if they do prioritize building the Ags early on? What kind of build they go for? Is it going to be kind of a Imperial Ace style where he just gets the Hood, the Vanguard, or are we just going to see the Blink, the kind of the looking for that
I
fight?
think they're just picking him for the Blink because of the Infest combo, as well as getting in close to the Drow Ranger and the TA. Going for any kind of farming core type center doesn't work when you've already got Lifestealer and OD there. Arrow will hit. Does he get the hook stop?
Ooh, the good magic missile. It might not be
And
enough though,
Pai gets
Pasha. Can he get this? And P
they're
just
not
a
gonna
little bit
chase.
too slippery. So all in all, bounty runes won the way of Puppy, won the way of Pai. Secret able to secure themselves both and come close to losing someone, but yeah, indeed, a good stun from Pai, making sure that Pasha doesn't get that Who Stomp off in time to follow up the arrow stun.
We'll see what Lil starts. He's got the arrow level 1. May look to try and get a fast level 2 and just arrow some neutrals, but with the dual lane mid, this is a very tough lane. They're focusing everything on shutting down mid 1 and also making sure that this Ogre isn't too bothersome to deal with.
Making sure that I could do as much to ensure that mid 1 doesn't get the start that he's looking for indeed. And, well, top lane, this matchup for Rev up against Ramses. I mean, how much is this offlane Shaker going to find from this lane, do you feel?
It looks like with the fissure block, he's already got the creep wave back close to his tower, so he's getting levels. He's even getting a couple CS, so it should be at least alright. But VP, their main goal is to pull the equilibrium back, use the pulls, and keep Earthshaker around. Yeah, one misstep from Earthshaker with Glimpse, with the lifesteal's open wounds. He's a very easy kill for this VP dual lane, so he has to play very cautiously up top.
So as well, coming back in to stick around with Ramses. Back to the mid lane, mid 1 against no one at the moment. 4 for 2, 3 for 2. It's close. It is early days, but both heroes getting a good start with the first few waves. And down bottom, MP up against this lane of Pasha, and mid lane. Just going in with the Astral. You've got an arrow that will be coming through. Gets a good stun onto Puppy as well. And they'll come in with the right click. He's only got a tango, no Qualifier or Stitcher. Puppy looking to be taken down. He's going to give up his life for the first, but Lil will go down in return. But of course, it is VP getting the first blood for no one.
Yeah, VP gets first blood. Puppy trying to do the selfless thing and take the arrow there. Mid 1 did have refract up, so they may have been able to survive the arrow regardless, but either way, he wants to be sure no one immediately getting harassed as Puppy respawns, and they're going to chase him back to his tower. Likely should be fine. Has the Fairy Fire and Salve, and he'll just be forced to use that. Mid 1 himself getting kind of low, has a Salve, so pretty even lane as far as the OD and TA concerned.
Offlane is the moment, Pasha. Level 1 nearly hitting level 2, but Forev indeed just about to hit level 3, so it certainly feels like Forev is just having the easier time in his lane.
Absolutely, just being able to pull that lane back. He's gotten a lot of experience up here, and that seems to be something that's going to continue with this lane already pushing up close to his tower again. This Drow doing her part to make sure that the Centaur gets zoned. It's one of those important things to do as a carry, is not just make sure you hit every last hit, but also help your support out when it comes to zoning.
Pasha just wasted a TP there as well, I don't know.
May have misclicked a Tango or something, probably. Yeah, he probably selected the TP instead of the Tango when he clicked a tree.
Well, just make sure he keeps up the XP gain. Arrow's creep heads back towards the mid lane. As it continues, mid 1 still with the CS edge at the moment on the TA. 11 for 4, 8 for 3. And no one getting very, very low. Has got the bottle charges though.
Yep. He's leaving misses the arrow on mid 1, leaving the courier mid, so he's going to bottle Crow as needed. Not even going to want to go for the runes, I imagine, at 4 minutes. Just let the Mirana take a rune or 2, but he just wants to stay and maximize his farm and XP. But OD can always catch up. The points in the Astral make this lane get a bit easier. TA doing some big right clicks mid. That wasn't even with the Ogre's help, as we'll see a Salve picked up as well. So he'll bring back the Salve and bottle and be A-okay once those return.
And of course with Pasha just heading back to clear up the side camp. MP continue to get more and more space. Still losing out in CS in comparison to Ramses though. Ramses having the slightly easier lane. I guess that's probably just down to the fact that this Drow was focused as well on bullying 9 Pasha when he was in the lane.
Yeah, and Centaur just doesn't have those tricks to change the creep equilibrium, so he's kind of just stuck with whatever he gets when it comes to creeps pushing out his way, whereas Earthshaker can guarantee XP using the fissure to block it back. I mean, Shaker not only has good XP, the CS has allowed him to pick up the Windlays, the raindrops. He's actually quite a difficult kill now with these items and the movement speed he's getting.
He's got the arrow, it will hit, but the refraction's up. Only have 1 charge to protect him. It looks like he should be alright mid 1. It's not enough burst to take him down, and of course he's not getting that arrow damage due to the refraction. Makes it very hard for them to follow through and get a kill. Paladai is going to come in and help back up Puppy in mid 1. Just see if no one sticks around for too long, but the pings are out. He knows that the Venge is in the neighborhood, so no one should be playing safe enough here.
Yep.
I say that, he's
pushing up deep.
He's got to be careful.
And here comes Shaker as well, so Looks like the pings went out, so both Mirana and Shaker saw each other. No one's continuing to bottle crow. That's his second time going at it. I think he realizes he's getting... There's no chance he can really leave this lane and get runes, so...
Yeah, arrow combination, very nicely done.
No
And
help
this
around.
time, he will have the chance to
He should be
refract.
fine. Yeah, he'll be okay.
Still, of course, with no points yet in the arcane orb. Still, damage isn't quite there.
It's still fine. Like, that's the kind of trades you just have to make as an OD. You're just looking for farm. That arrow just keeps mid one low, makes it so that he can't dive you when he hits level 6, and gets you a couple of CS. Very impressed by Forrest's offlane Earthshaker so far and the progression he's seeing.
Nearly level 5, 11 CS as well. We're very happy with this. I mean, obviously, at least he's not really been able to do much in terms of slowing down Ramses. Ramses, still gets absolute free farm here. The Shaker's presence, not enough to slow down the Lifestealer.
It is kind of scary when the Centaur hits level 6, but that's the key thing with zoning him out of that bottom lane, is that you don't allow him to get level 6 at a good time.
Towards the mid. Lil coming in with the arrow. Onto Puppey, points in the arcane orb now, so no one's damage up has stepped up, but mid one's, he's trying to finish off the OD, and he'll actually get it. Puppey will finally go down to right clicks of Lil. Mid one, even thinking about throwing it deep. He's looking for the side play, can't get it. A Fisher from Forev will finish off the deal. So 2 for 1 at the moment. Puppey the only one to give his life, but a nice arrow there. Keeping the TA. Mirana will go down, so it does end up still as a 3 for 2. Secret to be the happier ones with that, but it could have been a little bit worse for VP if they didn't get the TA kill at the end of the day, and Mirana throws her life away to secure that mid trade at least.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, it's a overall decent exchange for Secret. Unfortunately, the TA dies, who is their kind of big T hero, but it's the space at bottom lane that they're getting. The Drow pushing a tier 1 tower alone. They're getting the keys on the heroes they're looking for in mid lane, and Shaker making a rotation gets him level 6.5. Arcane boots. Forov is definitely the surprise winner of this laning stage. I mean, he's not top of the net worth by any means, but it's more just the surprise factor as to how much farm and XP he's been getting. He's out farming the OD, number 4 in net worth. Really good.
Again, the arrow coming through. Refraction back up in 7. Puppey dropping the fire blast and the arc down. Question if they want to jump in for this, but the Starstorm coming down, bringing mid one down low. Now he's got the refraction back up, but he's giving his back surrounded by 3 members of VP. And with the Astral, he's in a lot of trouble. He's leaving his refraction charge up. He might actually get out with the back of a Pilot Iron Puppey, and he will. Mid one able to retreat successfully as Secret come to the mid, save the TA.
Yep.
And no one will die at the moment.
Okay, that's a lot of commitment to this mid lane from VP and not much return. Just having that 1 point in Bloodlust and the Ignite Puppey able to help keep this lane nice and secure. This will also secure themselves at the top rune with 1. Picking up some raindrops, anything. He knows they're just going to keep running at him with whatever they've got. And Lifesteal just can't really easily rotate. He can, if they dive the tower, yeah, he could theoretically TP in, but until there's Stampede and a level 6 Centaur, he's kind of trapped and just stuck to this top lane to keep on farming. Also, he ideally wants the armlet, but for now, he's not going to look to make any moves towards mid. Likely we'll see him team up with Centaur, or at least TP rotate with a Stampede to make some plays when that happens. Bottom lane, though, it looks like a smoke. OD saying, screw this mid lane. Let's find something else.
MP will get caught out by the Astral. He's pretty much free-farmed the whole game. Arrow's going to be off the point. A good burst might buy MP enough of time. Pilot dies coming to the rotation. Magic missiles Jody to hold him back. MP started to south up. He'll turn, take the kill on Lil. And MP survives the smoke movement from VP.
Yeah, missed arrow just costing them there. Not the easiest spell to time sometimes, but still a mistake from Lil that costs VP, as he doesn't get the arrow coming out of that Astral. And Secret get gifted a kill, and also Drow gets gifted an extra life.
Ramses still looking to finish up this tier 1 up towards the top. A Lusted Tower holding its own. Mid 1. Clearing up a nice little bit of Ancients for himself. There will be the movement from Solo, getting the ward down. It's not in range of the sentry, so he'll get to keep that one for the time being. Still has that one up towards the mid as well, but Secret do have eyes on that one when they head up. Solo actually wrapping around, maybe looking to try pincer Puppey in. They drop the ward. I don't think he realized that he will realize that he's here now with Ramses coming down, but leaving Ramses to just continue with the farm. Ramses still on the verge of potentially finding himself that free tower as well. 72 CS on both of the safe laners for each side, so all about the farm game. And it's just going to be a question of who becomes the most active first and who comes out on top when they start to fight.
With the TA farming that Ancient Sack, it's TA on top of the net worth. She's at 5.2k almost, whereas Lifestealer's down back at 4.5, Drow 4.7, so TA, one of those heroes that has been a kind of forgotten pick, but when you run it and it has a good time with the Drow Aura, with the Ogre Bloodlust, it's going to have some Venge Aura too, some minus armor there. This TA is actually going to be more of a problem than the Drow Ranger in some of these fights.
Smoke up from Secret Forever, Pi and MP ready to back up Puppey. Puppey's going to be used as the bait here. We'll see if VP bite for it at the moment. Moving away from the top lane. They have fought towards mid and Pasha down on the bottom. A little bit happy with the space that he's now got down here. Reaching on to level 7. So Secret will just reveal themselves, use MP to push down the tower, get that aura out onto the range creeps and the siege creep.
Yeah, if you're Secret, you just want to kind of use this strong early game lane state you've had to start taking all these towers.
Absolutely.
Even when you see the Centaur level 6, you know if they stampede in, you've got the Gust to throw them back, you've got some good disengage, you've got the Earthshaker Fissure. Between Fissure, Gust, and I guess Venge when Pilot Eye hits level 6, you've got some decent save. Ramses has the armlet though, so we'll see him look to get active, I imagine.
And there we have it. Pasha TPing up, ready for the defense. VP want to fight.
There's a sentry, they'll see this invis though.
Yeah, they
this
know
will not work.
there's something fishy going on. Secret already backing themselves the hell away. Check out an arrow. It's nicely done across the tree line, but hasn't quite got the range to make a connection onto Secret. So indeed, nice little bit of sweet warding there.
There's
Put
a blink
down
dagger on TA though, so this could be a very problematic item to try and deal with. Drops his raindrops, and mid one will be looking to find some kills. Heroes like Disruptor will just melt to this. By the time you glimpse him back, you're already dead to a melt strike and an extra right click or two. And the fissure. But it's kind of definitely signs of what's maybe to come, as VP will be pressed back at this top lane. Lifesteal's not even up there right now.
Ramses is just continuing with the farm.
It's like, screw it, this is a lost cause. But there's a smoke, so it seems like there's kind of mixed messages in the VP camp. There are a couple heroes smoked, Lifestealer showing bottom, perhaps trying to be like a red herring as he shows himself pretending, oh, we're not defending this.
There's the jump though, mid one eliminates Lurana.
Are we keeping it?
Yeah, TP back from Ramses. He's joining this fight. Static Storm's out. The Glimpse back onto mid one, bringing him into the field. He's trapped, left behind. Mid one will go down. So they'll get the TA. Secret losing the trade for the moment being. And looks like they are kind of still sticking around here. Maybe see if they can find something else for him.
They realized
has the Echo Slam.
VP used everything for that.
Yeah.
That was the Stampede, the Glimpse, the Static Storm. Oh, now that they've used that, your follow-up firepower is somewhat limited, but VP are going to try and make up for their lack of ultimates and surprise Secret, but this could backfire if they're not careful.
They've got the Glimpse in a second. This could guarantee them another kill if Solo can find it. They're going to use the arrow for the vision, but a good fissure from Forev means that Solo can't get up initially, but he still has the range to bring Forev back. The fissure means it's impossible for VP to engage though.
They were blocked off, and Secret were ready to stand their ground and fight if they needed to. See if where TA goes on respawn. If TA comes back top, no, she's going to go middle, so once they get some extra farm there, perhaps rejoin the team at the top lane after farming the mid lane. Again, we see Ramses just off farming this bottom lane by himself. He wants to fight and defend with his team, but he also wants to make sure he doesn't sacrifice his item progression to do so. So he's going to hit up the bottom lane for as long as possible, and then TP back at the last second. If anything, this T2's a goner.
Mid lane, very nicely done, but mid one has been stunned on the tower. TP's coming through fresh, it's popping Echo Slam, looking to try and burst down Lily. It's not going to happen, and Ramsey's actually able to turn this round with that TP takes down mid one on the TA. Forev will get away with the TP out.
That was
So it looked to be nice from Secret, but the arrow from Lil coming in, allowing Ramses to turn that around again. I mean, it's a mid laner for a mid laner trade. But Ramses, of course, able to get the kill at the end. Very nice for him.
Yeah, TA considering her farm, it's maybe a small win for VP, but it's still like an OD. That's not a hero you want to see dying repeatedly. Down at just 3.7k net worth. Lil, silence up,
surprise, MP. I've got a Lifestealer inside me. They'll lose Mirana, but Ramses does get the kill. The question is if he can get out. Looks like the TP is going to be too long, really, to do anything, even if it finished. So Ramses will get away with that. So again, Lil kind of giving his life there, but Ramses getting more money in the bank.
That one definitely worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Miranda's a hero you don't really mind too much about farm and item progression. Looks like she's even building a Midas just for some late game farm guarantees. But Centaur's Blink coming up soon. That's really the big item to look out for.
Now for Farab, so he kind of wins that race.
Yep.
So we'll see what you can do.
As much as, like, at the same time, I feel like the Centaurs is kind of the scarier one with the lifesteal, because if you get that Blink on the Drow, you've got to instantly swap save Drow, otherwise she'll just melt. You can't rely on a Fissure because lifesteal's got the Rage, she's going to be magic immune, so Venge has to be ready in position for that swap save every single time.
Pasha could be a potential freebie here for the side of Secret. He's trying to make his way. Oh, the Blink! They didn't manage to cancel in time. Mid one looked like it was unable to actually close the gap and get the touch in, so
okay.
I guess just a little bit too far away, Secret. As Pasha walks it off. 4 heroes, whatever. It didn't matter.
Ramsey's down bottom, having his way with a tier 1 tower. Doesn't feel too threatened, knows there's a Stampede if he gets... Well, there's no Stampede. There's a Stampede soon, should he get ganked, and they're going to scan underneath, so they know no one's actually down here. It's an empty lane for now. Something that Secret seem not intent on. They may be trying to smoke for a Roshan here or a pick-off.
Oh, they'll see the Ancients being pulled out. They know someone's up on the high ground. There is no one in the neighborhood.
Oh, can they?
And they may just go for the OD. The pings come out. Perhaps going to look to try and lead in. Hits the initial Fissure. Mid one comes in with the blink. No one falling low and falling down. After was still on cooldown for the farming. So no way of saving himself. The question is if they can find anything more. They drop the trap onto Solo. With the Moonlight Shadow, it's hard for them to chase. The Sentry was dropped. Of course, Solo just outside of range, so they can't afford to go for more. Unfortunately, again, the double Sentry placement. And goodbye Solo. Actually walks in, feeling a little confident.
Yep.
Under the cover of Moonlight Shadow, but Sentries are out. Now Secret into the pit. With mid one's damage, they should be able to make short work of this. VP may have a chance to contest though.
Tough for them,
too tough.
They'll scout it. Nicely placed arrow, but nicely also sidestepped by MP.
They have passed, they've got Stampede, they have Ramses, they could try for something, they'll jump in, they'll eliminate the Shaker. Now surrounding Poppy, but the Roshan's already down. Mid one picks up the Aegis, Lil comes in with a nice style storm. Pasha on the high ground, getting melded down though, 2 down on VP.
Yeah, they're just too strong with this Drow, or they... It's ideally you want to try and kill the Drow at the start, but at the same time there's too many other threats. If you go all in on the Drow, then the Blink Shaker kills you. If you go all in, and then the TA kills you with her Blink, well, soon to be Desolator. So there's so many threats for VP to worry about, and they can only ever kill one with their initiation. And if Venge is there in time with a swap, suddenly that hero doesn't die, and you kill the Venge instead, and that's the Venge with level 4 aura.
Mid one loses the static kill, he just picks up that Aegis, and they'll just as quickly lose it.
It's
And he actually nicely played it with the Hurricane Pike in the guts. He's looking for Ramses. With the damage from mid one, they'll actually get it. Nicely done there from MP, coming in to punish the Lifestealer's aggression. And mid one will say, you could take my Aegis, so I'll take your life and I'll take your tier 2.
Disruptor barely TP's out, the Snake Field allowing him the space to do that, but yeah, will be possibly multiple towers, 35 seconds still before Lifestealer's back. He bought a Javelin to spend his money. Obviously not a stage of the game where you want to be buying back for any reason other than saving a Rax, and even then you're probably in a terrible position if that's the case, so he's happy to just spend his money before he dies, and Secret 1 likely will be a free tier 2 mid tower for them.
This is looking a lot better for Secret here in game 2.
Yeah, this is their bread and butter Drow strat, something we saw a bit in the group stages, and I mean, we've seen on the old Secrets, often they just fall back for the Drow picks and just play around it so well.
We have to push. Secret finishing off the last tier 2 standings for VP. And very unlikely to potentially maybe think about more. I guess they obviously with the Aegis going on mid one, they may want to play a little bit safer. Just look to try and continue to punish VP anytime they come out on the map.
Yeah, take what pick. Yeah, I think it's a good call. Just take the pick off when VP leave their base. Otherwise, just farm towards the BKB on the Templar Assassin, the Mantis Owl, or whatever it may be on MP, 4 stuff on your Shaker. Just farm towards your next level of items until or take what pickoffs VP give you when they come out. For VP, if you want to leave your base, you need to do so as a group. Use smokes, play together. They can't be getting picked off alone. The only hero that seems able to farm by himself is going to be Ramses on the Lifestealer. He's got the Rage, and also a Stampede if he needs it to get him out of there.
That Ramses going for the Basher before the Desolator. Yeah, kind of skipping that out this build.
Yeah, the lockdown helpful if like a TA decides to hold her ground and try and fight you. Similarly, the Drow is going to often try to Hurricane Pike away, so if you get a bash, it means she's going to be disabled for that little bit longer. Definitely not your standard lifesteal build, but I think it's the next closest thing to the Desolator. It's just mostly for fighting the TA, because TA will not run away from the fight.
For Rev, the Stampede, Patchy gets in with the 2-man. Oh, the nice static still to follow through. TA trapped in this one. Mid one, getting the damage out. Will be swapped, but he's down. They've lost 2 on Secret. Maybe more as Patchy comes in with a double edge onto Puppy. There'll be a buyback from mid one. Trying to get himself back in this fight. MP roots back up to the high ground. Ramsey turns towards Twilight Dive. They'll lose a 4th, and there's the 5th. Secret getting wiped there by VP.
What a static storm.
Beautifully done by Pasha
Solo,
and
Pasha,
Solo.
those two just paired up and dominated that fight. Oh my gosh.
And even more conscious, the fact that mid one used the buyback there. And to no avail, nothing that he could do. He couldn't get himself back in. So extra wasted money as Secret, again, just there's going to be that swing. We saw swings like this in game 1. And again, it's happening in game 2 where VP just come out with these incredibly well-coordinated team fights and catch Secret off guard.
Yeah, and that's what they had to do. Just use their team fight, play as 5, and burst down someone like a TA or a Drow. If anything, at this point, TA is doing more single-target burst than the Drow, so killing her off first is a great idea. Venge, I think Secret just weren't ready for a fight. I keep saying, like, Pies could be in position for the swap save. I don't think Pies doing anything wrong there. It's just the team as a whole isn't ready for VP. VP are just playing kind of high risk, but they're just playing ballsy Dota. They're running it Secret when they need to. They're like, look, we're going to lose this game if we play passive. We've got to leave our base to farm. We've got to do that as 5. All right, let's go as 5. Let's go 5. Let's go make something happen. And, well, with that, suddenly that Secret lead has dissipated.
Ramsey's 1300 on top of the Basher.
Could go back for the Desolator.
I was going to say, did he finish off the full Abyss Lore? Do you get something instead of the Quelling Blade in your items first?
Not sure. The Deso seems like a fine option. The Abyssal also seems like a decent option. The Vanguard, the damage block, of course, against a lot of physical damage is going to help just make you tankier. And as it stands, Secret, they've smoked up. I don't feel like they've been as effective with their smoke this game compared to last, but this one could find Ramses.
He's a big target.
Rage away.
Lock him down.
This time,
Rage and Stampede each and every time makes these pickoffs so hard for Secret to find.
And if you're VP, you say, all right, reset. We don't fight now until we have Stampede again. I say that. OD almost gets caught out, but has a 4-stuff now thanks to these fights. It's a 4-stuff with a plate mail, so that physical damage, he's recognizing it as a threat. Wants to go straight into a Shiva's Guard. I guess he could theoretically finish off the Hurricane Pike first if he wants to. The casual plate mail, a very valuable item for him.
Secret get a ward down. He's under the sentry though, so obviously VP get that flying vision, they'll be able to take it. And Puppy will be able to de-ward here. That bit of pesky vision that just made that little fight for VP earlier on where they got the team against Secret just that little bit easier. VP coming in under the smoke. They've one on the high ground, melded up as well.
TA's in a pretty good position hidden in the trees.
VP know they're being incredibly careful about how they approach this high ground. Solo will let the smoke just fail, but they'll look to jump in immediately, looking to burst down Puppy's out. So they're a man down on the side of Secret, still the 4th, and Brev might try and do something big with an Echo if he finds the opportunity.
They don't have the best detection right now.
Pasha coming in with a crush onto MP again. The Static Storm, he's trapped too. Solo, Ramses with the rage, the Sanity's Eclipse comes down. Secret, they've lost 2, 3, and potentially 4 as the chase down with the Stampede as it comes back online in time. VP once again, and Solo with these Static Storms to absolutely team fight winning each time.
Yep. Yeah. And the kinetic field also means Drow can't use that Hurricane Pike to escape out of it. It locks him in place, and Secret just getting destroyed in these team fights. I think Secret, they were doing so well, they just need to slow it down and farm BKBs this game. The BKBs is the answer to that Static Storm. If TA had a BKB in these fights, it would be very straightforward to Secret for them to get kills. Bare minimum trade evenly, and if anything, I think they get favorable trades with a TA BKB. They're going to be kicking themselves for not just playing a bit more of a passive mid-game here against this big teamfight combo of Centaur and Disruptor.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I was a little worried about happening for Secret when I looked at the draft, it seems to have been happening, I believe in that last fight as well, you know, Venge, Pi, he looks for the swap out of the Static Storm, but immediately Solo just glimpses them back in, so at the end of the day, Pi's put himself in the midst of it all, and the other hero's back in there. So these fights looking harder and harder for Secret already. The swing, of course, coming into play. VP now the ones in the lead. Secret just can't afford to have these fights go as atrociously as they have with the last two. Deso is indeed back.
Not sure if he's going for a kill
on Ramses, and indeed,
I think so.
I mean,
he looked like he was like posturing for a blink echo. But I'm like, I don't
yeah.
think he's going for a blink echo. Not against a raindrop disruptor, but and also to disruptor with backup now.
I mean, VP, they've found their flow. They're very happy to continue to take these fights. Pasha with Ramses inside him with that newly done Desolator.
He's going to be bursting heroes very quickly with these items now. Puppy trying to just cover their jungle now. Defensive warding coming out. They'll spot Pasha, but realistically, knowing where he is does not mean you can kill him. You want to play keep away. TA still not even halfway to a BKB.
Yeah, the buyback and those last few fights really setting mid one back.
It's really bad because Roche will respawn. If anything, BP might go for Roche, knowing that TA without a BKB can't easily contest Roche. They scout up for it here in their own jungle. That's a dire scan. Mid one, yeah. He's not going to be chased down immediately. They have to push out some of these lanes. It seems just they want the extra intel. But they are grouped up around their secret shop.
That's BKB done on no one now. So BKB plate mail, he's good to go. And you know, we've been seeing this more and more, and as you picked up on earlier, just the casual plate mail makes a world of difference in these kind of games.
As good as the last 10 minutes have gone for VP, things will change a lot with the double BKBs on Drow and TA. That's where the OD damage output gets dealt with. It's where you're not worried as much about the Static Storm and the Centaur teamfight combo. These two carries will at least be able to guarantee they dish out damage, so things could change. I say guarantee. If Centaur blinks in, stuns one of them, and the Lifestealer gets his damage out, they may actually just die before they can do damage, but it's going to be close. It depends a lot on positioning, things like the Venge stuns, the Earthshaker counter-initiate, but just having the BKB gives Secret options to take team fights.
Again, this time the scan from Secret, spotting out some of VP.
There you go.
Secret
has the BKB.
If they want to fight immediately with that, or if indeed they want to wait for Drows as well, which is just 300 gold around the corner.
Yeah, very likely, unless they're like worried about VP and the Roche bit. They just...
there's an Axe done on Lil now as well, so really adding to the team fight for VP. Pasha ready to lead the way with Solo. Mid one, he's going to get caught out. He might not even get the chance to get the BKB off for the damage zone, and he does, and he's down for 65.
They use everything, but well worth it. You know that TA doesn't have buyback. If they clicked him, they also... Well, they clicked him, they know he has no buyback because of the BKB. The buyback did come off cooldown since using it previously, but that's the Roche kill. So by killing TA there, they secure Roche. What a great Moonlight Shadow initiation. They made sure they had de-warded their side near the secret shop. They Moonlight Shadow up the hill. They find a pick-off, they're into Roche. VP just making all the right moves right
now. Absolutely. Devastating fight once again for Secret. Getting knocked back further and further. VP already one game up in this series and looking to have the momentum behind them to make it a 2-0 sweep. Unless Secret can seriously step up their play in these team fights. Obviously, as we've been saying, that the BKB is incredibly key for both. We didn't see the full potential, obviously, of the TA and mid ones in that last fight as he just immediately got bursted. And MP now has his complete as well, so it's just going to be all about how much of a difference these can make in these fights.
Yeah. So, Secret, unfortunately, despite having them, probably can't even look for any aggressive smoke plays. Ramses has picked up a Hyperstone now, so he's replaced that Quelling Blade, likely wanting an AC, recognizing the physical damage from these carries. When they're going to get BKBs, they're going to be able to guarantee some damage output, but AC is the item to help make himself harder to kill, and also his teammates with that extra aura. Secret, though, they are grouped as if they want to go for a smoke. I'm curious to see if that's going to be the call or they have something else in mind. No smoke on them as of yet. No smokes available, I believe. I think they've actually chewed through all their smokes somewhat ineffectively this game, which is last game they used so well despite being a loss.
Pasha with a huge initiation coming in from a mile off, eliminates MP. Someone's going to try and come in on this, see if he can take down Pasha, but the glimpse back. Solo says nope.
A plate
not
mail
chasing
is
this.
enough. Without plate mail, he may have actually died there, but everyone on the VP side is itemizing to counter the secret draft. And if they get enough armor items,
Dude,
like
yeah, with the assault crash nearly when that is done,
they'll have AC.
Yeah.
Sentinel's going to have a Shivers, I imagine. They could even just get a casual Vlads on someone like a Disruptor if they really want. And then suddenly the damage output is going to be mitigated.
Mid one, eyes on Ramses.
Cheeky spot.
Ramses does have backup though, as we can see quite massively so as well. No one gonna get stunned. They're gonna look to try and burst him with the physical damage. Can they do it? No one's still alive. He goes down.
That's just an Aegis.
Stepping out to the static storm down. They want to get the BKB off in time. Looking for Ramses. Ramses with the infest to dodge some of the damage. Can he get himself out? Indeed, gets out under the cover of Moonlight Shadow.
Wow.
Oh, they keep Ramses alive. Secret just can't find the kills in these fights.
Yeah, ideally they wanted to go on the Lifestealer. He was the one with no Aegis, but OG was the one hitting the building there. So I think Ramses realized, like, wait a second, I can't hit this building. I might actually die to a TA plus Blink Echo Slam. And he backed off at the right time because TA instantly blows up the OD.
And just look at the last sequence of events. The last time what Secret got a kill, well, when was it? It was...
What, 18, 19 minutes in or something?
Nearly half a game ago. Ever since that, it really has been all in VP's ballpark.
Yep.
VP just really get stronger and stronger as this game goes on. The lead's being created. And Secret, they need that big fight. They need that big kind of multi-man Echo Slam. And at the moment, they just haven't been able to find it. We're yet to really see kind of a big Echo from Pharrell.
Yeah, they'll have a smoke up in the next 55 seconds. So yeah. I feel like the big thing is finding success with your next smoke rotation and also buying a gem. Just having that gem for the Moonlight Shadow has that spell has honestly gotten VP just back into this game, is winning them this game at this point, and Secret have to address that with a gem pickup. As it stands, Secret just trying to keep these lanes pushed out. They know there's no more Aegis, but they're also probably afraid of that Lifestealer initiation. Lil, as a support, has found up an Aghanim Scepter, so it's no longer just a core OD and Lifestealer. It's a Mirana with a lot of farm. I wonder if Centaur even goes to the Shivers. I feel Ag Scepter is amazing this game. When they BKB, you pop that Ags and they're not doing any damage. May just be a casual plate mail into Ag Scepter if he wants, but again, Shivers is also amazing in this game because of the amount of physical damage coming out. Plenty of options here. VP just need a few more items. Every item they're getting is just helping reduce that secret DPS in a team fight.
Secret need something, and they need it soon.
They brought out the smoke. We'll see how soon they look to use it. Puppy's holding on to it, so he's, of course, the captain calling these shots. Perhaps wants to wait for like around the next Roche respawn, so it may be a few minutes before they go for it. They're not that close to any amazing items by any means, like a full stuff on Earthshaker. Just everybody, it's like one of the items they're closest to. Again, not a game changer. So we'll see if they are going to go now. Though they want to rectify the damage. They want to kill.
There we have it. Secret ready on the offensive. VP, are they ready for this? Oh no! One is being caught out on the side. Immediately taken down. 65 seconds out for the OD. Good way for Secret to start the fight. They do want to try and get more deep.
Oh, they did have a sentry down deep in that lane, so they did have the section there, but they won't get a follow-up kill. Just an OD, they won't... Oh, they may force high ground. If anything, you want to force high ground just to try and get that buyback out, but you have to be so careful. Centaur's going to jump you. Off to the right side is Pasha. He's looking for that initiation.
And he might just find it. Already moving around. You've got mid one jumps in, takes out the Disruptor though. The damage for this TA absolutely huge. Pasha, what's his plan here? He's got Ramses inside him, but Secret, they're taking the tier 3. There's the jump in. Immediately the BKB from MP, forcing back the Centaur. Forev comes in with the jump, blocks the Centaur down, pulls the Echo, just minimal damage there with the Rage already out. Lil trying to back off, gets the blink out in time. He'll keep Pasha alive. They actually get the kill on Pi. They don't lose anything more, and they keep the melee reactor alive. So for VP, the defense works out.
Works out. It's costly. I mean, for Secret, that's the win they're looking for, though. Secret force the buyback. They only lose Pi. The initiation goes on the Drow TA as you'd expect, and then Pi is there with the save. So, well executed high ground push by Secret. They don't get a Rax, but they force the buyback. But problem is now they did that because they had a smoke. What do they do now for the next 8.5 minutes without a smoke? If anything, it's going to be VP securing the next Roshan during that 8 minutes. They're going to be the ones dictating play. VP themselves, I'm wondering if they have at least one smoke to play with on the Disruptor, so this game gets a lot more difficult for Secret when they don't have smoke. Secret's biggest issue is initiation right now. It's hard to really call Earthshaker initiator because he wants to wait to like come into the fight later with that Blink Echo Slam. If he has to initiate, he's putting himself in a really dangerous position to die in a fight. Normally you see 4F playing like the Axes, the Slaughters, the Tides, the heroes that don't mind blinking in the front lines, but Earthshaker is not a frontline hero.
Roshan, of course, maybe just the aim of the game again for the both teams really. We'll see when it's back up in a minute. And DD Rune actually sitting bottom as well for whoever wants to be the lucky receiver. And Lil working towards E-Blade at this stage. Ramses on top of the AC, standing to build that gold up. And Lotus Orb indeed for the Centaur. Anything in particular that this is being picked up for? I mean, remove the Gust Silence or other things that you feel are pretty crucial?
What? If you Lotus Orb and okay, yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Oh, no, that's what I'm trying to say. If you Lotus Orb, I guess you can't stop the swap save. I was thinking, like, is you trying to stop a swop save?
No,
but you're stopping
you
a
stop
teammate. So there's nothing to stop.
swaps, yeah.
You can't stop the defensive one, of course.
Oh, here we
Crazy.
go. They've got a sentry down. Secret, they will have the vision as he comes from the high ground. Has to still get the jump in. Scalexon only going to catch out Puppy. They want Puppy to BKB. Trying to fight against Ramses. Jumps back as well. Looking for the easier kill on Tapasha. Perez comes in with the echo, holding Lil in place. Lil ready to back up. Ramses will be able to take down the Venge on the back lines, but mid-one, the damage he's doing at this stage, it just seems to be too much for the help of that team. Solo's down as well. Ramses, he needs to run. He needs to hide. And they've got himself out. And no one will be successful with the TP, but Ramses will not. Ramses is gone. 70 seconds out. They get the good Fisher onto Lil. Can they actually catch him though? Forever. Blink's still on cooldown for 5 seconds. Now, Ramses is out, and he did go full in on that AC purchase, so no buyback for 60 seconds. Yeah. We'll see if Secret are able to abuse this. They've still got the Drow, the TA, those pushing heavy damage heroes alive. And VP might have trouble to defend, but Secret seeming to be a little bit timid at the moment.
He still just melts, even with the AC. This life still can't fight. The low sword pickup seems odd. It seems just for the Gust, I guess. There's not a whole lot of things that you're blocking, and you can get off some annoying things like Ignite, but it's not going to be a teamfight game changer necessarily. And Secret likely to get a Rax here. They know Lifesteal's still down. They did probably see the AC pickup and maybe are questioning whether he has buyback or not. So this defense is going to be a tough one. Lil has transitioned nicely into a core now, has enough money for the Ethereal Blade. Won't buy it for now while he needs to buy back.
So if he couldn't do this, the damage will be there if Mid-One gets his hands on the racks, and already just an MP from the back lines chipping into it, but they're being so cautious about this Secret.
They're worried about the Lifesteal is soon to be respawn, and Rana will complete the E-Blade now that they see Secret retreat, and with Roche respawning soon, that's going to be the focus for both these two teams.
Yeah. Both teams knowing it, losing a fight around this point, leaving Roshan free for the opponents to take, could be pretty costly in terms of base defense.
Yep. The VP side still just having an issue dealing with all that physical damage output. Like seeing how fast that Lifesteal died last fight. The TA Daedalus with the minus armor from Meld, the minus armor from the Venge, the Bloodlust. Everything about beefing up these carries. It's just where I'd love to see an Aghanim Scepter on Centaur to block some of that damage output. But not the case for now. VP, they're going to de-ward around that Roche pit, make sure that vision is being denied.
Roshan up now, less than a minute. Silver Edge picked up by MP. Make it that little bit easier to bring down Pasha in these fights if he gets the touch onto him. And Secret ready to maybe try and find something here. MP Silver edging across, but at the same time it's a Moonlight from VP that's going to look to get a wrap around, get this control around the pit.
Are they going into the pit though? The TA trap, yeah, it's there. They're waiting. They know Roche is about to respawn. It's like a max duration respawn, so has to be respawning any second. Problem is they saw the trap, but well, I think they saw the trap. They bought a gem. Are they not holding it? Centaur? It's on the courier still, so they won't see it quite yet.
And the lane. Secret, they're ready to go in. Onto the racks. Fortification comes
arrow
out.
hit.
The arrow. Solo dropping the static storm. The TA still has that BKB with force back. Secret are going to be okay, but they didn't manage to finish off the racks.
Smart from mid one not to panic and pop his BKB. A lot of players are going to like see that static storm and then be like, oh, I got a BKB, get out of the silence. He just walked out. No problem. Could be enough to get him a Roshan if VP don't immediately run that way, and they're running that way without a stampede.
Look how quick Roshan goes down. just absolutely melts. Mid one takes the Aegis, cheese into the hands of MP. And Secret are very much ready to take a fight against VP now.
Yep.
If VP come at them.
Likely see them force the high ground. The Aegis and the TA means you can just have TA on that Rax. May just be a mid lane that you have to give up at this point if you're in VP shoes. Position off to the side. Killing Drow before she can get for cheese would be one big way to take a fight, but that's easier said than done.
I think it's certainly starting to get a lot harder for VP. You can see the lead that they have slowly starting to trickle away as the Secret has just been able to catch up in terms of farm, getting these big items online and finding those key pickoffs. And it's getting to the point where VP's racks could be greatly endangered just by the strength and pushing power of Secret's lineup and the damage that they can do once they get their hands on it.
We'll find out. They'll be tested now. TA's on the high ground.
Jump in, immediately for solo. One more technique, can't quite get it. Moonlight trying to protect him. A good three-man stone coming in. Look at the burst of that. Paul, another damage, and he's shot down. It rips Secret's strength, but Nibble gets the BKB off. He's ready to look to try and turn. He's just looking to get the melee rat to shoot the arrow out.
Oh, this is bad. This is so bad for Secret. They have no escape.
Has got the blink, the stun. TA down once.
Should be twice.
Yeah, they should be able to do this again.
Oh, he's going into Grant.
He's going to try and start on them. He'll take down one, but the damage is too much as the bashes come through from Ramses. And again, Secret just unable to finish these racks in the mid lane. VP hold the defense, and this time one of the most costly advances from Secret as they lose 4. They had the Aegis, they had the cheese, but it just wasn't good enough.
I think VP have recognized, like, let's just kill everyone else. Like, the TA is Aegis, the Drow, she's got the cheese. They try to kill the Drow, okay, to be fair. They do go on the Drow knowing that if they can burst her down during the stun, she's not going to be able to use the cheese and they win the fight. But the Venge was there, ready to get the save off. Drow pops the cheese, but by then, 3 heroes already dead. The Shaker just immediately melted, couldn't get an ulti off. Ogre and Venge go down, and then you take out some of the auras, and the fight gets a whole lot more winnable when the TA is kind of on her own in the front lines. And VP with a fantastic initiation suddenly find themselves kind of with momentum back in their favor. They're going to be coming out on Mirana, so we're seeing this. I mean, at this point it's feeling more like a mid Mirana than a mid OD, but I don't think no one has any problem with that as long as they get the win.
I mean, what is the problem for Secret with these pushes? How do they change this? We've seen them try like 3 times, and
they have no
each
catch.
and every time they just can't do it.
It's really hard to fight without catch. Like, you're letting VP, every single fight, VP should be getting the initiation just because of the heroes, the lineup they have. Every single fight is starting with a Blink Centaur stun and with an Infest Bomb, and that's just the nature of the way these drafts work. Secret, the only way they can get an initiation is like through smoking up, or if they want to start a fight with a Blink Echo on one hero, because there'll be like one hero in the front lines that 4 could theoretically solo Echo, which may just have to be like a new approach to these fights. Say, look, we're not getting Echo off anyways, let's just try a different approach. Blink Echo to start a fight, and TA jumps in to follow it up. Try and kill someone like a OD or a Centaur. Like, you can kill OD before a BKB with a Blink Echo into Fissure, for example, but it's still an unreliable, very high-risk way to take fights, and the nature of these drafts is that Secret just can't easily kill VP's heroes because of the just lack of good, clean initiation.
And at this stage as well, BKB cooldowns are getting low. Mid one's down to 6 seconds.
Yeah, that's
7 seconds are still on the Drow.
That's the other problem with buying these BKBs early. The Secret had this window where they were winning fights, and then that quickly changes when these BKBs get shorter.
Yeah. Well, they're going to try again by the looks of it, Secret. So we've got a little bit of time left on a DD rune. See what the game plan is going to be. Secret.
They'll just scouting with an arrow. And we'll see a dead Centaur carcass. It's like, let's just stay in our base. Very hard for Earthshaker to, like, once the fight started and there's a stack storm down, Earthshaker can't just be blinking in 2, because you're not going to get the echo off it.
VP coming out. Pasha leading the way. Smoke dispersal, go for the blind stun. Isn't going to catch anyone. Ramsey jumps out. Reaper Pilot Eye first. The jump in. The swap. But the sanity is from no one. He's taken down Kai. He'll turn his attention towards TA. Nipple can he get the damage out? The bashes are there. Ramsey controls the TA. Poppy, he's going to go down as well. 3 dead on Secret. They've only lost the Disruptor on the side of VP. They'll look for the arrow. He's going to find it. It clips him on the side of the hitbox, so they'll jump in, nuke down MP as well, and once again, VP finding 4, only losing 1.
Lil's just been phenomenal this game. The amount of farm he's managed to pick up, arrows like that, the damage he's doing in these team fights as well. He did more damage than any of his teammates that game. He did more damage than the Lifesteal did the least of the 3 cores. The OD doing the second most. 3.5k coming out of that Marana. He is owning. And VP going to have a Hex soon on the OD, I imagine.
Yeah, and now with this, VP, they're the ones that are going to look to try and do some damage against Secret Space.
Drow has no buyback. She committed to an Eagle Song. It's not even like a completed tier 4 item. It's on the Butterfly. It's just a casual Eagle Song. And TA, luckily, just has enough with the Moonshard purchase to still buy back. But they're about to be tested.
The TA buyback might be enough. You know, VP immediately scattering.
I mean, they're at the stage where 1 Rax isn't going to win you the game, so no need to, like, risk dying by hitting the Rax. They may try and re-engage, but like, it looks like they are lingering around. And there we go. It's the Moonlight Shadow again.
Oh, VP.
Oh, TA, if they get mid one here at the bottom lane.
Ready to go. Ready to rock and roll. Solo with the static
They
storm.
see mid one.
Let's see what they can find to kick this off. Solo. Now this up. Pasha jumps in. Won't get the stun. Good reaction there as Secret get themselves out. Pasha will be forced away.
That was so dicey for Secret. They got out. They barely got out there. It's one of those things where VP, they weren't really risking too much there. They had the clean escape. They had the 4 stuffs and all that. Puppey, oh, not Puppey, sorry, 4 with a gem. Able to spot them in the Moonlight Shadow and make sure they don't get picked off there. Secret immediately go into a smoke, but this is a smoke that I believe was scattered by the Observer Ward.
They had an Observer.
Yeah, they immediately came out to hit the Observer Ward, so
I think one of them was on the edge of the vision anyway, so they're like, whatever, it would have seen us.
Secret smoke usage this game has just been lackluster, which
not as effective as VP's.
It's such a big thing in these games.
But maybe this surprise wham bam down the mid lane could finally get those racks.
No Stampede, no Sands Eclipse. Well, 10 seconds till you've got those ultimates, so not really a problem.
Got to do it quick. And they will do it. There's a fortification there for VP.
Yep, they'll use it. There's the Infest, Centaur ready to go.
And there's the jump in immediately. Oh my goodness, we're going to get time to see that. Perez out. In the middle of it all. Again, these bashes from Ramsey just making life so hard for mid one. There'll be a buyback from Perez. But the Sanity just destroys Secret. No one nuking them down. 3 dead.
That's at
no
least
buybacks on these heroes.
Possibly multiple racks, possibly the GG. We'll see VP go right down that mid lane.
These Sanities Eclipse, they're just doing so much damage. The intel difference between No One and Secret's players must be absolutely huge.
Yep. And the other thing, I mean, we go back to I talked a bit about the basher before the death and all that. Having the lockdown through the BKBs, mid one's just getting bashed up. He's not doing the damage he'd like during the BKB, and the BKB is such a short duration now. VP are just out team fighting Secret. I mean, they're at that point where their draft should be stronger in the team fight, but
see how much they can get done. VP with no TA in the mix. VP ready to push in and try and get some serious damage done. There is still a tier 2 standing top for Secret, so obviously can't be megaed. But at the least, you'd expect them to lose this mid set of racks. Fortification's already been used as well. So the mid racks free for the taking for VP.
Should be bottom racks as well. At least I imagine they'll go for the bottom racks and see how Secret react. Well, Lotus off the gas, 28 seconds with no TA, and they know that. TA is the majority of the damage output in the fight. Drow just doesn't have the items to be a threat.
Secret just do anything to stop this without the TA.
They can go for a big Blink Echo, but it doesn't look like 4F wants to risk it.
And their best to
and there's just not enough creeps to get damage out of it too.
Okay, so
they back off.
They keep at least the bottom lip racks alive as well. This is the top, of course. So
the Fissure spam, the Gust spam, just delaying it enough that VP decide to play it safe. And I think VP, if you're in their shoes, you're thinking, we may as well wait our ultimates. We're winning every team fight. Secret's not really achieving much. Why risk going for if they get that second lane of racks but like all die, then suddenly they're in a position where they could lose the game. If they have to buy back, they die again. So they want to play as conservatively as possible. This is elimination at stake here in the Boston Major Qualifiers.
One, of course, with the Moon Shards. In terms of gold for buyback, 700, but in terms of time, that's the bigger one. And we'll look at the overall kind of overarching image. It's Shaker and indeed still TA, still with the buybacks on cooldown for a few minutes. And Pasha, of course, scouting out Roche. Now let's get that under their belt. VP, Abyssal Blade now done for Ramses. I mean, we saw how much the bash on its own was causing issues for mid one's TA. Now having the Abyssal, they'll be able to lock him down, take him down pretty quickly in these fights. It's going to be absolutely down to like massive swaps from Pylai Die to ensure that they can't get that lockdown onto mid one.
Here comes Pasha again. They scatter. They will see the Observer Ward, it looks like. They have the kinetic field. They know there's a ward there, so it looks like they're just going to back off and say, we've got nothing to de-water this second. We're in a dangerous spot. Let's back off. Roche respawn again. It's that max Roche respawn, which Anything at this stage favors VP, who didn't want to move out of their base. Sancho will be ward. He's still got the lifestealer inside infested there.
And he's
signaling to push
nearly got
out.
the Ags as well. I mean, do you think he saves for buyback Pash, or does he just get the Ags when it's ready? Is it that good it would guarantee you a one team fight pretty much? Sure.
Ooh, it's one of those items which is that good, but it's
There's no
it's
need
also
to rush
like
it
you're
and
still
go
just
in.
so much pressure. You may just say, look, let's keep buyback. I think if you're the captain, you say just keep buyback, even though it is that good of an upgrade. You've got buyback everywhere as far as VP are concerned. The Mirana has a Dagon 5 with buyback. It's only Solo and the Disruptor who doesn't, but he's bought a Ghost Scepter, so there's no Diffusal Blade, so just a Ghost Scepter alone means he's not dying to a TA or Drow Ranger. This is like the most value item to have as a 4K net worth support at 50 minutes.
Because all BKBs now at this time in the game are down to 5 seconds.
And there we go.
Roshan will
Rosh is
respawn. Pasha, yeah, they'll spot it out this time. We saw how quickly Secret can take it. VP, I guess, as well, to be fair, with the damage that Ramses has, they can also make short work of this one. The question is if they feel confident for going it. Secret at the moment are up top.
Looked like they'll try and de-ward the area. Central was just checking the cliffs to see if there were any wards or anything, and they're in the pit. With an Aegis, Centaur could theoretically pick up the Ags, but he also he wants to keep the gem, so it's a bit slot limited, unfortunately.
Well, so Ramses, I guess, might drop the Echo. Pick up an Aegis. They've got to be quick. Off the rev.
Too late.
Indeed. And yeah, no one with the Aegis.
Dropped this. Oh, he dropped it.
Lil
He has travels. Okay, there we go. That makes total sense. Yeah, Lil at this point is a carry.
Yeah,
He's
no
got
one's finished
Dagon
off the
5
Hex as
E-Blade.
well. This is incredibly scary for Secret.
I think at this point it's looking like almost the nail in the coffin. Secret have perhaps one team fight left and then one lost team fight. They should be done for. TA's probably considering stuff like a Rapier at this point.
You need big items. You really do. I mean, mid one, of course. Buyback, backup cooldown in 30 seconds, so that kind of stretch of the woods over for Secret. But not to necessarily say it gets any easier for them against VP's lineup with the power that Virtus.pro have amounted to at this point of the game.
I think it's Rapier time. Drow, I guess, get your Butterfly. TA, get your Rapier. Hope for the best. It really does feel like that way, because hope for the best. It seems like there's a lot in VP's hands. They will complete the Acceptor, so Centaur decides...
All in?
No need for the bite. They've got Aegis cheese now, so it's like... They added an extra, at least one extra life, maybe even a couple if the cheese gets used well. And we'll see how they look to approach this. The tier 2 tower top is still somewhat a problem as far as getting mega creeps goes. What is TA going to buy? Doesn't have the money for the Rapier. And it's close, but not that close.
And I guess if
another
you're going down the Rapier route, you don't care about buyback, do you?
No, not at all. You eat your moonshot, you buy the Rapier.
Oh, Lil! He's on his own. And, well... Will he get out of this? He does have the cheese. He cheeses, leaps out with the moonlight. They got detection yet. They got a sentry down, so they will find this kill. Lil giving away a bit of a freebie as MP able to end the godlike streak.
Mistakes kicking in. VP, you're not past the finish line yet. Should be a tier 2. Oh, I guess you still commit to this tier 2. You do it safely. OD just chipping away. You know they committed the Blink Echo. And that's where I feel like they should have been using the Blink Echo just to get solo kills all game long. Like, even teamfights, start with a Blink Echo. They have no other good initiation tool. Yeah, Echo's that big, scary teamfight spell, but we haven't seen a single teamfight Echo. So, very much a game where Forest should have just been using the Blink Echo to be a setup stun. Because Venge doesn't want to start a fight with Swap. You've got to save the Swap as a defensive tool. I can't believe they're actually just gonna go high ground. They're like, screw it, we don't need Lil. What's he do?
Burst onto the OD. Damage comes through from their one meld strike, doing serious damage.
Nah, realistically, pushing high ground without Lil seems one of the more foolish things VP could do right now. They do have a buyback available with the travels, but
I mean, they made mistakes with the Axe Stampede.
Yeah, they are very.
They know they've got that free get out of jail.
Absolutely.
Card, mid one, jumping in. They want to know on a quick hex to hold back TA.
Yeah, the Lotus onto Nakes. He'll get forced back. So got so much save. The Stampede, the 4-stars, the Lotus Orb, Astral. Everything about this. He even open wounds a creep for no one to heal off of. What a team player, Ramses.
8 seconds and Lil's going to be back in the fray with the bots. So.
TA does have Rapier money now. And the courier is leaving the base to also, I believe, buy the Butterfly. That courier is going to the Dire Shop. Mission? He's going to the Dire Shop to buy a Rapier and probably the Butterfly.
Oh boy, now will any of the Visions see this? They do have the Obs Ward here. This No, actually, that's
Nah,
not going to clip it.
shouldn't.
It's not going to clip it. But this
Give me
courier needs to
rapier.
get the hell
Show
back to
me
base.
rapier.
Oh, there's no rapier. Oh,
I guess he's going buyback approach.
boo. Get out of here.
And not going for the Hail Mary.
Yeah, opting for the buyback. Opting for the safer route. But,
Yeah,
the
he
question
gets
if the safer
blown up
route's
very
enough.
easily with
Yeah,
the Hex on OD now, but it's just feeling that desperate. I mean, they haven't come close to winning a team fight in some time.
No, that's
They are stalling well for the Aegis. 1 minute left.
25k lead at the moment for VP.
Yeah. But VP will reset a bit. Look for some wards to take out. Another close, tense game between these two teams.
Yeah, some great games today. Definitely the best day of games. I guess as expected, coming into the playoffs, of course.
No, BO3s just have a different feel to BO1s. Like it's
It's
hard to.
less clout.
You're playing 9 BO1s in a round robin. It's like it's hard to measure the value of just one BO1 win. Like a loss doesn't necessarily mean much, but a BO3, every series has such a clear meaning. This is elimination. The previous series is to get you into the finals, and then the next series tomorrow is to get you into the actual major itself.
Mid one. Feeling a little confident pushing out these lanes on his own. I mean, VP grouped up down towards the bottom. Life Stealer into the scent, ready to go. The Aegis is now gone though, of course, so still 3 minutes until we'll see the timing. And Secret playing very careful. Keeping themselves out of being picked off at all outside of the base. Lil, even though died down here, feeling confident enough to come back down again.
He's 26k net worth. Lil just needs to make sure he doesn't get picked. Those pickoffs are the things you just have to cut out of the game at this stage for VP, and they even managed to farm a buyback on Disruptor now. They don't have the Centaur still, so Pasha is actually, he's hitting up some neutrals, probably telling his team, like, I actually don't have buyback. Not that it's the biggest deal in the world, but it could be. I won't get picked off, but you never know what's going to happen in a team fight.
They're ready to leave the base.
What's TA going to do item-wise is still a big question. 7.6k now. Doesn't need like an MKB or for any kind of evasion or anything. There's just not many other like major item upgrades out there.
Actually getting the arrow, but Pi, there with the
again.
swap. Lil, maybe getting a bit too greedy, a bit too overzealous. Look at these kills, get the stampede. Damage reduction helping him out a little bit, but it's not enough. Lil. Oh, he saw that he hit an arrow. He went for it.
Deja vu.
I mean, Lil has got to kind of just calm it down a little bit.
Yeah. So his team just, this is where like you're dead for 90 seconds, you just need to chill out, focus on the game plan. Those kind of plays are not going to win you the game. They're more likely than not going to be something that gets punished, and Lil just needs to settle. VP still with the lead. Those are just kills that they just have to avoid having happen. But, I think at the same time, like, there's no MKB on VP. If anything, TA should just buy a butterfly. Like, if you're not willing to risk the rapier, eat the moonshot, get a butterfly. Butterfly gives you plenty of attack speed and
The
energy.
rapier. Come on, come on.
Yeah, get the rapier.
Yeah, no shopping. He just likes to save his gold.
Satanic. He's got money for butterfly and buyback, so if anything, this is just indecision. Mid one's probably like has no idea what he wants to buy, because there's the rapier option, there's the butterfly option, there's the AC option. Otherwise, there's like a Bloodthorn, which is like not amazing at this point, I don't think.
I mean, of course, whilst this is all going on, MP, yeah, a few hundred gold, and he can pick up the Satanic, still have buyback, so he's holding on for that one on the drow.
He's got the recipe, so yeah, he's just waiting for that. I mean, it's a much more obvious choices as far as Drow's itemization goes. It's harder for a TA, but actually,
MKB's now on
speaking
the
of
device.
MKB, he's got it. So at this point, the TA butterfly, and that's maybe what mid one was waiting for. He's waiting to see if they buy MKBs, because if they don't buy MKBs, butterfly amazing. If they buy MKBs, the butterfly is kind of a waste. And that's where you just want the rapier. Let's go mid one. Buy a rapier, for Christ's sake.
He's going to upgrade the bots. If he is going to get the rapier route still now, he just needs an extra 1k gold to be safe.
Could get the bots too as well, just for the utility of being able to TP on teammates when they're out ganking.
Oh, Roshan's back up. So this is going to be the question. If Secret can get themselves out there in time, good timing as well for Secret. They're going to go immediately for the smoke and head off in that direction.
And he can buy back and upgrade his travels to the level 2 to TP back into the fight on a teammate. So there's a nice little thing that mid one can do in this fight. But look at the net worth. It's really just 2 carries on Secret against like 4 farm carries of VP. Sentinel not so much a carry,
Same time, VP moonlighting.
Did that dire scan see anyone? Did you? I didn't notice.
I don't think it did.
It looks like they're unaware.
Secret with the wrap back around. But it's going to be VP coming into the home and actually sneaking to Roche. Oh, sneaking.
They've seen Miranda.
Not Lil again. Poor old Lil.
Stampede? Maybe enough.
Oh, they've finished Roche. They're taking it. Ramses will jump in with the help of Pasha. They put the static storm out, so they have taken down 2. And they're going to anything more. Mid-one, ready to turn, trying to get down now. No one puts the beginning of sanity, blows up the ogre. The bashes come in. Mid-one's being controlled. Can he finish the OD? Oh, go up with the echo. They've taken down OD, but the Aegis is gone. Mid-one's still got 3 heroes to deal with when he's back. How well can he do it? The stomp timing is there, and the TA to fall. BP still find the fight. But Secret do have buybacks. They do have those buybacks. Get that, dude. He needs to look. He's got enough for buyback and rapier. Get that curry out there and get a rapier picked up, and he's doing.
It's only going now.
It's going now.
Indecision, maybe costing Secret a bit here.
Here we go, boys.
The buybacks could delay VP's push.
Lock
yeah, you see
in.
3 buybacks. Play for the win. Tia even has an item slot because she made room for the Aegis, so there is an item slot. Rapier is the only way I see them winning this game. There is no other choice.
Got to do it.
Come on, Mid-one. You gotta, if you're gonna miss out on the major, do so when you play.
Do it in style.
Yeah, do it in style. And do it with a big play. No.
What a tease! I mean, he sends it out there. It's like.
Wonder if it's even up to him. I wonder if it's one of his teammates, like Pi or Puppy, one of the veterans, is like, "Don't do it."
Yeah, maybe he's sending out, and Puppy's like, "No, no, back to base with that." Oh no, he's doing it in person. He's worried about the curry getting sniped.
That's actually probably
That could be it.
It's got to be. There's no other item. There's no other item.
Mid-one. There. He's opened the shop.
Player perspective. Where is it? No, go back. Oh. What other item wins you this game as a TA? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm missing something, but I think Rapier is. It's the life.
Maybe his buy Rapier button is broken.
He's replaced it. Like. Replaced Rapier as no longer an item on his Dota 2 config. He's lost too many games with it. He hears Mushi's voice at the back of his head. You threw that game with that Rapier. Never again.
He's heading over.
Yeah.
This is it.
Come on.
This is it. Oh!
It took his time.
He took his time.
He's finally figured it out.
Oh. There we have it. Mid-one with the Rapier that we've all been waiting for. The question is it going to really be enough?
It's still,
buybacks obviously on the decks for the team.
Hexes, acceptors, like there's so many tools to deal with him, even with a Rapier. It just means those 2 right clicks he gets off may be enough to kill a hero, when before it really, you're not going to kill like a Life Stealer or an OD with a couple right clicks. With a Rapier, you've got a chance.
So all eyes on Mid-one at the moment. And he's 795 right click, and that's before you factor in the daedalus crits.
He's got Bloodlust Aura, he's got all kinds of buffs.
Moonlight, though, VP very much ready to try and make a jump as Secret come forward, but Secret playing it careful.
Yeah, they're
playing it back.
They know Benj is always going to try to be ready with that swap to save Mid-one if he's getting blinked on by the Centaur.
Yeah.
They've got to get that glimpse back to pull him back in, but even that glimpse is unreliable. That's where Mid-one will be able to pop a BKB if he needs to. Rapier no longer a surprise, but VP, of course, something they likely would have expected. Not something they can't beat. Like, it's still VP. They've got all the tools to beat a TA, Rapier or no Rapier. OD on the front lines. He's a beefcake with the after core. Very hard to bring down. Doesn't have the mobility of the blink to kind of synergize with the Hex, but he's much more a tank on the front lines.
Who is going to make the first move? VP on the low ground. Chucks it out. Pi with a great swap. No, I'm falling. Nobody gets forced down the astral. We'll keep him alive. Pi plays with his life, but no one's low on life. He has to get himself back, but they are down a Pili die for a full minute. Strive for a big play, didn't pay off. The new fire shields himself up Mid-one with the damage. Look at the damage, that was a Centaur. I'm not even joking. Down for 9 seconds. No turn towards Ramsey. The Rapier is doing it, gets the Infestor.
Infests into a creep. Run, little creep. He's not going to move it. He's going to leave it there so he can escape. They're pinging it. He's in there.
Oh, here we go. Rapier, boys and girls. It's doing it for Secret. Mid-one with the double kill. They're not done. Solo's in the tree line. And found him out. Mid-one wants to move in for the glory. He can't quite make
it. No gem, no detection.
Okay.
Whoopsie daisy. They'll still lock him down. They
he's so
still
low.
should get the kill.
No. Oh!
Why'd you move? He just has to say. He just has to say. Solo's like, crap, why do I have auto attack on?
Oh, now he's dead.
There's a gem, puppy. Pick it up. Take the gem. Well then. We've got a game.
Yeah, we have certainly
Let's
got a
get
game.
another rapier. Replace that desolator. 2 rapier. Honestly, I think.
Is that the value? Is 2 Desos better than? Sorry, 2. Replace the Deso.
Yeah, replace the Deso with another rapier.
another Deso,
It's more damage than at this point, I want to say. So minus armor, minus 7 armor shouldn't.
Look who they found. Goodbye.
Yeah, these pickoffs have just added up at this point. I mean, that fight at bottom was just unfortunate for the Secret. They don't kill the OG initially. I like that they finally changed their approach to team fights, where it's like, let's use swap aggressively. Yeah, let's use Echo Slam at the start of a fight. They went for the aggressive swap. They didn't have the defensive one available, but they caught VP by surprise, and I think they need to do more of that. They're just playing too predictably when they're just saving the swap for the defensive tool every fight. If they're threatening to use an aggressive swap, VP have to change the way they play this game, and that really threw them off a bit there.
At this stage of the game, I want to look at the graph, and well, it's not really swung back round, but it's leveled off. They've managed to plateau at it. It's still quite a significant 25k lead for VP, but that last fight's got to be scary for a team to be able to fight like that when you are 25k behind. That's terrifying.
Yeah, and you look at like the value you're getting out of some of these low net worth heroes, like Ogre's keeping everyone bloodlusters. Yeah, he's 5k net worth, but he's all about the spells. Venge, same thing. The aura, the swap save.
Again, this kind of Fisher into Yule setup beautifully allows the rest of the team to come in. He's holding him in place here. They need the vision, they've got it. Pasha caught out alone in the tree line. Stampede already used. It's not enough to get him out. And another kill for Secret, and that's your scent gone.
We're finally seeing...
He's out of money. He's out of bank. He can't get himself back in for 80 seconds.
The game-changing moment was when Foref decided, I'm just going to use Echo Slam as a stun. I'm done using it as a damage spell. I'm just using it for a stun.
He was
and
looking
that
for that
has actually
highlight
changed the
play,
game.
but...
Yeah, that's 2 fights in a row where he's just used his stun. I guess the previous one they didn't actually kill the OD, but it put OD low so he couldn't fight. That time there, without the Echo Slam, they don't get that kill. It's at this point, you don't need... You've got plenty of damage. TA has a Rapier. You've got the Auras. You've got the Drow. Just use the Echo Slam for the stun that you need sometimes, and you'll find these kills. And still not over. I mean, far from over. VP still, if anything, have an edge. They're the ones with the Rax advantage, and just have to perhaps find a few new tools to play around with to deal with that TA.
I mean, I think Ramses is probably thinking, well, where do I go now? You know, he obviously hit that great timing, but it's
money.
not kind of cutting it at this stage.
Maybe he considers evasion since TA has no MKB.
Oh, yeah, straight out. Goodbye.
I want to say a butterfly could be good on Ramses. Any evasion at this point can't be easily countered, but hard to say for sure. It's the Echo Saber that'll be replaced. He can get a butterfly. He could get, I don't know, a Bloodthorn, but
I like that. Gets the vision with the Wave of Terror. The pings come out. They have got the ops down, so VP seeing the move in, gets the swap back onto Solo, but the Ghost Scepter keeping him alive. Well, I say that, the multicast from Puppy come in and Solo crit down. Another one onto the tally of mid one.
Secret finding their footing. They're finding the kills now. Suddenly what looked like VP just cruising their way to a 2-0 victory as momentum and Secret... It was so crazy, like each team seemed to have their stage of the game. Game 1, it was like first 15 minutes VP, then it was Secret for the next 20, then VP took the last 15. This game, it was, again, VP clearly dominating the mid-game, and Secret for the last 10 minutes have had everything go their way. Looking to continue it now. The pushing high ground's a whole nother beast, though. At this point, if VP with their high ground defense, if that's when they're going to get the initiation. The reason Secret's winning fights is because they're initiating now. They're the ones starting things off, and if you're pushing high ground, it's less likely to be the case. So we'll see how they handle a potential high ground push. That is going to be just a big challenge for them, I think.
Oh no, just doing his best at the moment to clean out the waves. Keep the pressure back on Secret's side of the map. Secret, they found themselves Roche as well.
I guess Foref will take something.
Who's going to pick up what? Cheese
supports, yeah. You get that stage of the game where supports take stuff like Aegis and Cheese. Everyone else needs their 6 slots, or carries need their 6 slots for real items.
I mean, the question still is whether mid one picks up that second Rapier. Or maybe even just gets the backup Rapier.
Yeah, backup
Rapier. He's nearly got enough for Rapier and buyback.
Yeah, that's a legit consideration when you want to be pushing enemy high ground. You may die, and then if you have buyback and you don't loot, and you have a rapier to fill in your empty slot, it could be an approach that works for that high ground push. Other options is carrying like a refresher around on a courier, so you have the refresher for a second BKB in a team fight, but that's very hard to use and a bit messy, can get kind of chaotic in those situations. Wondering what the side of VP, and we asked Lifestealer what item he's going to go for. Still has 6k gold, nothing crazy, but does have item slots to improve upon. The Echo Saber being the big one, the Deso you can even replace for bigger items. Hasn't eaten a Moonshard.
Mid-Don's Wet Dreamer. DD Rapier.
Yikes.
2k crits.
Who else can I? Odie might consider a refresher too. Replace the full stuff with a refresher.
Oh, here we go as well. This is almost certainly going to be the backup rapier.
Backup
for the
rapier?
bank. Backup rapier, boys.
Who else is playing item?
Might see something happen here though. The puppy leading forward, finding the opening onto Lil, but at the same time on the side they found the jump in onto Ramses. Ramses is down. That's the big kill for Secret. They'll turn towards Disrupt to keeping him alive. They're going to get that one as well though. It's a double kill for mid one.
Well, they see Pi alone. I wonder, they're not going to go for him. The lanes are pushed out quite well. Immediately Mirana TP's top, knowing that they can push out these lanes. That TP though, he needs to arrow that creep.
Oh, nice play by Lil, but he could still be in trouble.
He's all right for now. He can play cat and mouse. He's got leap as well as
They're looking for the cutoff. Oh no, it was cancelled. It looked like that was a mid one TP. But then he cancelled the
He
box.
did buy the backup rapier, by the way, or it's sitting at base for now. He could consider replacing the Deso, but I like the idea of the backup rapier.
Just keep the backup. Have that second life. You don't need it. He's already doing enough damage. You know what I mean? It's just a fallback.
So Lifestealer sold his Echo Saber. He was going shopping when he died there. I'm not sure exactly what he was trying to buy.
He's also dead.
Yeah, maybe he has something on the courier, but either way, he's got to now buy back and defend with an empty item slot.
Needs to buy back.
Oh, they've got to jump.
Even jumping, but the Hex is there onto Farev. They'll stun Pasha, holding him back. Now the buybacks come out, but they've lost the top racks. The damage has been done. Secret able to break the base.
Mirana's just trying to wrap. Mirana's trying to bring them back now through split push. He doesn't do the best building damage, but it's still annoying.
Ramses doesn't want to buy back. He's holding onto his buyback, then just losing his racks.
Sure about that call, but
Lil
Lil's trying to keep his team in the game, and there we go. He's forced to TP, so he's been caught.
Play of his life here with the chains done, pots the BKB, trying to get himself out. Goes for the TP, but the damage is too much. You could not BKB TP in front of mid one.
That was very nice, knowing that they couldn't just TP a Shaker to stop him. They needed the physical damage for that BKB TP, and he committed the leap. If he has leap there, he can leap away from TA and then go for that BKB TP, but here we go. We'll see some items. So Bloodthorn on Drow. What else have we got? OD needs spend, I guess. Bought a Moonshard, so not going to see anything crazy. I mean, OD just hasn't upgraded to a Hurricane Pike. Like, what's up with that? Come on, no one? You got that casual force up. You either replace it or you upgrade it. And the life's okay. Yeah, there we go. He's got the talisman. It will be the evasion. I talked about there being no MKBs, but as soon as he gets up, there's a Bloodthorn.
Oh, he's gone in as well. Okay. He's holding the second rapier.
That's all right. He's got the money for third and the fourth rapier. It's all good. He's invested wisely.
Oh, boys. I mean, these crits are going to hurt.
Holy moly. Lifesteal's just banking on killing the TA so we can get some items, I guess, at this point. They smoke up. What's the call? Try and hex the TA and kill her, I guess.
I mean, these fights are looking so hard for VP. Now
the TA trap after the smoke was popped.
Gets the hex. The TA could swap from Pi, making sure nothing else goes down. They're going to match this one. Stampy pop, Padger. So good still off the two. Ramsey comes out. He needs to take down MP. MP pulling over the safe side. He keeps him alive. Not for long enough. Safe side. One off the side of this. Oh, the Rapiers is attacking. It's gone. Rapier on Lifestealer. It's a freebie for Ramses. That guy to be taken down as well.
Mirana's got one too.
Oh, boy.
Let's take Rapier's TA.
There's the backup. So mid one will have another Rapier, but yeah, there's a Rapier on Lil.
Does he have
there's a Rapier on Ramses.
And he kept his Deso too, so he's got Deso. It's not like it's a disaster in terms of his items, so he's still got Deso Rapier. He still does damage.
Because of the Rapiers and such. Wow.
I don't think that's included in that. No, that doesn't include. The gold,
no, of course not, yeah.
The gold net worth graph will show the Rapiers though. I don't think it's kicked in yet, but you'll see a huge swing going the Dire's way with the Rapier. Humongous. Just wait. I think. Who knows? Maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm bullshit.
Alright, let's go. It's going to be the big base defense here. No
Come on,
part.
TA. Just do it already. Set that buyback
I
on
was going to
cooldown.
set the buyback on cooldown as soon as possible,
And
surely.
it's a small difference. Not the end of the world, though.
We're back in the game. Arrow's going to come through. He's going to cut him out. Captain Honey one. Oh, he's been X. Get him back. Can you get him out? Punch down with the stop. This is a mad time. They've lost the ogre though. Oh, they've lost forever as well. He got glimpsed back into Mr. Middle. They're going for the throne. They're ignoring him. Rapid one with the damage. He's looking towards OD. Will be able to take one down. But Ramsey's hit the ancient and secret are out at the major qualifiers. Virtus.pro have done it. But what a game to go out on.